Colonel Zach Nunn. Congressman, good morning to you. This NATO summit couldn't be happening at a busier time, and NATO is all about security. So between Iran, Russia, China, how do you view our national security right now?
Look, I think President Trump is absolutely right to be asking 5% from our allies in NATO. Candidly, the U.S. taxpayer should not be on the hook for this alone. And the reality is we are stronger when we are fighting together. And that's not just President Trump's words. Those are NATO's words. At the same time, the United States has to be focused on our global positioning here and the real threat being China. Look, one shipyard in China built more ships in the last year than the United States has built since World War II. It's one of the reasons I'm helping lead the Defense Production Act so we can get our defense industrial base fired up to be able to invest that $150 billion we are putting into President Trump's big, beautiful bill that will help not only our NATO allies, but will stand up to our biggest adversaries, be they China, Russia, or even North Korea.
We here on Fox and Friends First were up early this morning at 4 a.m. for Donald Trump's arrival at NATO. What we weren't expecting were the comments that he made and also the comments from the Secretary General. So when you hear from the Secretary General how much he approved of and lauded President Trump's decisiveness when it comes to Iran, what do you say to your Democrat colleagues who spent all of yesterday, all of Monday, talking about how that strike made our country weaker?
Look, I'm a combat veteran. I have flown combat sorties against the Iranians. I've been a commander when we have taken decisive action, led by President Trump, to take strikes against Syria's chemical weapons facility. The decisive strike that was actioned against Soleimani that decapitated the IRGC, and clearly the incredible strike actioned by U.S. airmen to be able to obliterate, in Trump's words, the Iran nuclear program. And you can just look right now at what is above ground, the totality of that destruction. Democrats here are grasping at straws. These are the same guys who just before the weekend said Iran probably doesn't even have a nuclear program to now are, mincing words over maybe the program exists and is even more dangerous than before. Here's the reality. As President Trump has laid it out and Secretary Rubio have made clear, Iran is now further behind in its nuclear program than it's ever been. There is a clear battle damage assessment above ground that shows that they are coming to the table. And candidly, guys, the proof is there. The Iranians immediately came and asked for peace after President Trump and our U.S. Air Force took decisive action to eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities.
That's a great point. And as a Air Force Reserve Colonel, how do you feel about those fighter pilots who completed that mission?
Well, to the B-2 guys, just a huge round of support. As a Midwesterner, too, it's great to see the B-2 flying all the way around the world, leaving the heartland and leaving a little message for the Ayatollah. Come back to the table for peace, or you're going to be facing the end of U.S. kinetic force.
Could you have sat in a plane for 36 hours, Congressman?
I've been on even longer sorties as a result of a refueling. Let me tell you this, it's not a lot of fun, guys, but I'm glad those guys do it. Thanks for all you do.
You and they deserve all the credit for doing just that. Congressman Zach Nunn, thank you for joining us on a very busy news day.
Thank you, sir.
With the president in the Netherlands attending the NATO summit.